Hi, we are going straight to what we have today, and I'm very pleased that there is another new aspect of NumPy that we are going to. This morning when I woke up, I was just thinking about some things about NumPy. These packages made what is called numeric computing or scientific computing to be possible and easy. If you're a mathematician, you are a scientist, you know that tools like this makes our work easy and faster. So we are going to use random. We want to look at NumPy random numbers. We have done a whole lot of things like arrays and the rest. So if you are into linear algebra in mathematics, you are into possibly calculus, you can make use of that other first phase of NumPy. Now we are going to random numbers. Of course, you know that random numbers are very important in all those statistical distribution, probability distribution, normal distribution, binomial distributions. All those things makes use of distributions, and sometimes you need to generate them randomly. So this is what we have before us. Let me make my screen big. So one thing we need to understand, this introductory class to random NumPy in terms of random numbers. One thing I want us to understand about random is that random is not something that's that generates differently or that generates number differently every time. But what it means is that you can't predict what is going to be generated. That's simply what random means. So you can't really predict what is going to be generated logically. So that is random. So we are going to look at different scope of random. The first one we're going to look at is how to import the random package from NumPy. It's a sub package under NumPy, but let's look at it. So you can say from NumPy, or you can say import NumPy. I mean, this way, but you say from NumPy import random. Yeah, random. So this random package has a whole lot of stuff there, a lot of functions there that we can use to generate random numbers, integers, and floats, and some other informations or stuff. So we're going to look at that right now. The first one we're going to look at is want to give a limit. You understand? So want to give a limit. Let me just put a comment here. So want to give a limit of between what to. So I want to say between the limit of 100. Let me just say 200. So within I want to give it a scope now between 0 and 200. Just generate any number within this scope. So it's going to be generating it randomly. That means unpredictably. You understand? So let's print. We're going to say, okay, let me just say number. Let me just call it number one. Number one equals to NumPy. Or we have already imported the package, so we can say random dot what dot let's look at if you can press tab. So it's going to show you different informations within that. So I'm waiting for it to process. So we have what is called, the first one I'm going to show us is rand int. That is the integers. That is a random number. So we're going to look at that before we look at the float. So let me just take it now. So it's giving me options right now. So I'm going to look at the rand int. You can see it here now. So int that int there means integer. So let's give it a rand int, and let's just say what we're going to do now to specify, that means it's going to start from 0 to 200. Let me just put 200 there. So if you put 200, it means that we need between 0 to 200 is going to give you any number within that scope. So I'm trying to limit it not to go above 200 or below 200. Okay, so let me print number one and see what it gives us. So I cannot predict the number it's going to give me. So let me just run now. You see it now. If I run it again, let me run it again. It's giving me 54 again. You see, you can't really predict. It's giving me 6. You see, it's going to be now it has gone above 100. It gave me 128. So that is what rand int is. But let me see number. Let me give number 2. Let me just say number 2 now. Number 2 equals to random dot rand. This is not rand int. I don't want to use integer now. Let me just say rand. So in this case now, I don't want to put anything there. So let me just see what it's going to give me. So let me print number 2 and see what it's going to give me. print number 2. So you see it's going to give me 0.788. Okay, if you run it again, you see what it's going to give you. Run it again. Okay, if you run it again, it's going to give you something. Okay, so but if you want it to give you something like above 1 or above 10, you can say you can multiply it. Whatever it's going to give you, you're going to multiply it by 10 or by 20 or whatever. So if you do that, then you are going to go beyond the 0.6 to 0.5, and you're going to move to, let's say, tens or sometimes hundreds. So you can multiply it by 100 if you're building something like game app, for instance. So that is for what random. There's a rand int and random. The normal rand is rand there is indicative of float. You understand? Float. So that's what it indicates. Okay, so let us move straight. Let me see, why is it giving me red stuff here? So maybe there's a way we made a mistake. Okay, maybe I shifted something. Okay, so that is for that. Let's move straight to the next phase now. Okay, so let's move to the next one now. So the next one I want to look at is want to generate I want to give it a size now. So I'm going to do one-dimensional array. So that's what I want to look at now. Let me just put a comment here. Let me call it one-dimensional array. Okay, one-dimensional array. So in such a case now, I want to say let me call it number 3. Number 3 now. Number 3 equals to random dot rand. Let me just say rand. You can use rand int. You can use whichever one you want to use. So but let's use rand int. So I have rand int right now. So I want to generate between 100 between 0 and 100 to now, but I'm going to specify size now. Just say size 5. Okay, size 5. What we're going to do is to put it in stuff like this, or let me just say, okay, 4. Let me just put 4. So the size of the different numbers that are going to be generated, they're going to be different numbers, which are 4 in number. So that is going to be not just a single number, but it's going to be series of numbers, like one-dimensional array. So that's why we put one-dimensional array here. Now, how do we do it? So we're going to write the same stuff. Let me just name the variable as number 3, and then just say random now. Random dot what? So it's going to be rand int, because it's going to be a whole number, an integer. So I want to be, those numbers should be between 0 and 100. Then I'll give the size, just a one-dimensional array. So I'll give the size as, let me just say 4. I can just say 4, and then I'll print it now. I'll print number 3 now, the variable 3, number 3. Then let's look at what it gives us. So you can see now 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers, and these are between 0 and 1. So these are series of numbers. Now let me run it again and see what it gives me. So it gives me that. Let me run it again and see what it gives me the last time. Okay, you can see now. So these are to generate random number, just one-dimensional array with 4-row vector kind of arrangement. So that is that. So let's look at let's say this should be the last one. Let's look at it. So we're going to do two-dimensional array. Look at that now. So let's say, let me just call it number 4. Number 4 equals to random dot rand int. If you use rand, just rand, it's going to be float. But let me just use this one first, and then I'll do the one of float later. So let me just say 100, and I want the size now to be what? Let me just say 4 rows and 3 columns. So 4 rows and 3 columns. So that is size. So I'll print 4 now. Print number 4 variable, and see what it gives me. So I run it. Oh, there's an issue here. Let me quickly check what's the issue. Size. So this one I'm trying to I'm trying to, what is it showing? It says size is not defined. Oh, it's supposed to be equals to, yeah, it's supposed to be equals to. So let me run it again, so you can see now. This is row is how many? 4 rows, and then column is 3. So let me just test it like this. Let me remove the int and see what it gives me. So it's gonna be oh, okay, I don't think I can do that. Let me see. He said got unexpected keyword size. Oh, okay, I cannot do that. What is it showing me now? Okay, let me just do this now. Okay, I cannot use this, that's what it's saying. But let's just do this and see, because float is not, there's nothing like between 100, 0 to 100. So let's just leave it like this, and let's have this one and see what it gives me. Let me see if there's gonna be error still. Oh, I think I can run this now. I run this, let me see what it gives me. Okay, yeah, so it's showing me that I can't begin to define integer there, because there's not like 0 to 100 in terms of rand. So it gives me several decimal places or decimal numbers which are less than 0, and it's going to be between. I mean, there's nothing like between. We're talking about, it's going to be about 4 rows and 3 columns. So that is what it gives me. So this can be used in several applications. Generate stuff, and you can use it in normal distributions and statistical analysis and so many other stuff there. So I'm going to stop here right now, and the next class we are going to look at other aspects of random and apply them, especially in statistics. So do have a nice day, and see you in the next class. Thanks.